My name is Sally Colon-Petree, and I've been in the industry for probably 25 years. And my high school picture, underneath it, it said, "Hollywood, here I come." I'm from Chicago. But I knew I was destined for Hollywood.
How did you become involved with women like this?
I actually went to an event about 3 years ago at a W Hotel. One of my friends got tickets and said, "Come to this event with me," and I didn't know what it was about. And so I reached out to the president at the time, and I said, "What do you guys do exactly?" And she explained, "We do some mentoring for teen girls," which is like ding, ding, ding. For me, it was like, I'm in. And then we also support women-led causes, so I said I want to be involved. And so Kat's mom, Linda, reached out to me, and we met up for lunch. And at the time, and I still am on the board at the LA Dream Center, which is a big outreach center, and I think 6 months later, she asked me to be on the board, and 2.5 years later, I'm now the president of the LA initiative.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Tell us about the making of the movie.
So this documentary is based on a book by Linda Rendleman, who's Kat's mom and also the founder of Women Like Us Foundation, and it's called Women Like Us, Illuminating the World. What prompted it was my mom passed away this year, and my mom was someone who always instilled in me to give back, and so watching her leave the earth and she's gone and she didn't get to write a book, she didn't get to do a lot of things she wanted to do, I said, you know what, that's not going to be me. And what could have been tragic and really knocked me down actually inspired me to want to do things that I've always wanted to do. And a documentary is one of those things. And I work with Women Like Us Foundation with Linda Rendleman and Kat Sadler. And she invited me to Kenya about a month after my mom passed away. And that seemed like such a far off thing. But I said to her right there on the spot, yes. And I said to Linda, why don't we shoot a documentary while I'm there? And we'll shoot some of the work that we do, for the foundation. So Kat came with us, Kat Sadler from E! News, who's a journalist and award-winning, and she agreed to come and be the narrator and do some of the journalistic work, which was amazing. So we went to Kenya, and there's 4 different charities that we support in Kenya, and so we were able to visit each one. Started at Omalaika Home, which is a home for girls that are affected by female genital mutilation. As a mom and as a filmmaker, I want to shed light, and I want people to know what's happening, and I want people to step out of their comfort zone and do something to help these girls. And then we went to another foundation called Nancy Noel, where about 30% of the kids are infected by HIV and have lost their parents, so they're orphans. But there's a woman that took that step to say, you know what, I'm going to help these kids. And now, 15 years later, this school is thriving, 266 kids being educated and put in homes. So, they're not orphans anymore, which is fantastic. And then there's 2 other schools that we support out there. But it's just amazing what Women Like Us is doing, and to be able to shed light on what they're doing, for me, is an honor. I do want to share one really cool story. We happened to be staying at this lodge in Nairobi, in Ruzinga Island, and we took up all the rooms. There was only I think there was 12 rooms, and there's 18 of us, but we all grouped together. And there was this silver bullet helicopter sitting outside in the parking lot. And we walk in, and Linda and I were like, who the heck is here? It looked really important, like a presidential of some sort helicopter. So the manager says, the former Prime Minister is here, and he would like to stay overnight. Is there any way you guys can give up a room? And I was like, yeah, of course. I'll give up my room. I don't care. And so they were having dinner that night across the room from where we were. And there was something inside of me of I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to ask her for an interview, And I didn't know her. I had never heard of her, but she was the former Prime Minister's wife. She was a former First Lady. And I thought, I'm looking for politicians. I'm going to be bold. So the former Prime Minister comes out with his security, 2 of his security. He goes in front of her, and then she's kind of lagging behind with her security. And I introduced myself to her because she was wondering, who are all these women here? And she knew we had given up a room, so I think she was trying to be cordial. And I said to her, would you like to have a glass of wine with us? And the girls are like, oh my gosh, she's talking to her, And she goes, why not? And she sits down and she has a glass of wine with us. She goes, "What are you guys here for?" And I said, "I am a documentary director and I'm making a documentary and we have an American journalist with us. And is there any way you would oblige us with an interview?" And she said, "Well, I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 8:30. But she said, "You know what? Why not?" And she said, "Have your cameras outside my room at 7 a.m. I'll do a sit-down interview with you guys." And I thought, I could not have planned that, you know what I mean? But I put it out there that that's what I wanted. And so Kat Sadler sat down with her and did the most intriguing, just open interview. And she was fantastic. And her whole thing is women empowerment and education for girls, which is what my documentary is about.
It's great. So what's your mission? I mean, in making the movie, how do you think people are going to be affected by it?
I mean, the whole thing that motivated me was to let women know, no matter who you are, stay-at-home mom, teacher, whatever, whoever you are, you can do something. If we all do a little bit of something, we can accomplish a lot together as women, and there's a documentary that inspired me with this one called Half the Sky, saying women are half the sky and men are the other half, and together we can accomplish so much. And so I want to inspire women to walk into the documentary, watch it, and go, what can I do? And not look away at things that are happening in your neighborhood and go, you know what, somebody else will take care of that? No, I want them to go, I'm going to take care of it.
So how can people help?
Well, there's a couple ways they can help. We're still looking for funding for the documentary. That's a forever thing. So if somebody wants to come on board as an executive director to partner with me, I'm open to that. They can go on Dream On Productions or dreamonprod.com, which is the name of my production company, and they can find me there. And then the other thing they can do is they can go on womenlikeusfoundation.org, and there's places there they can actually donate specifically to the foundations that we support. Like if their heart is for to help girls with female genital mutilation, they can support that foundation specifically. Or, if somebody has a heart for HIV or kids that deal with HIV, they can donate to that. There's a button to donate directly to the documentary. So that would probably be the best place to go, where they can